There is a lot happening in All Stars 10, and we're gonna discuss everything about the first three brackets. Welcome to Drag Race Spotlight Podcast. My name is Mann Cuevas.
And I'm Lucas Silva.
And we will be covering everything that has happened so far in the 10th season of All Stars, because let's just say it's been quite a mess. But if you don't know who I am, I cover entertainment news, mostly in Spanish, in my another channel, Spotlight. And you, Lucas?
I'm, an entertainer from Brazil, but I live currently in Honduras.
There you go. So we absolutely love Drag Race. We're big fans of reality show television, and we cover a lot of entertainment news in general. So today we are here in this new podcast focused on Drag Race specifically, because there's always a lot to talk about this. So the Tournament of All Stars. The queens are the largest cast ever, 18 queens, and they get grouped in three brackets: the orange, the purple, and the pink. And we have to see them battle it out for some point system that seems pretty rigged.
Me personally, I do prefer a season of All Stars when they do get eliminated on each episode, because I feel it has more to lose.
Yeah, the stakes are higher. Yeah.
It's riskier because you don't have the time to be like, oh, I can do better, or oh, I was in the bottom, but now I can do a lot more better. No, like you have 3 episodes. On those 3 episodes, or you give it all, or you're out.
Well, not necessarily, because you may give it all and still the producers might not want you. And this is what we're going to get into. So I agree with you. I think what I liked is because it's 6 of them, we get to spend more time with them, because when there's like 12 or whatever, 14, some of them might not get the airtime. So that is something nice. I feel like I got to spend time with them, especially the early outs like Phoenix or and Nicole Page Brooks. Like, it was so refreshing to see them back. They bring a different energy to the show, and I wish they would bring more queens like that into the mix, because it can get messy. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss each of the brackets, and then we'll talk about our final thoughts before we get into the semifinals next week with the Snatch game. That is gonna be very interesting. But let's start with the orange bracket. I have some tea for you. So they didn't record them in the order in which it aired. It seems like they got them at different times, like in different moments, and they rearranged them. And I think they started with the orange one, because to me, I felt it was the most competitive one.
I mean, in the orange bracket, I totally feel the same way. I felt like from the difference of the other brackets, they actually all were on the same level.
Yeah.
And each episode, depending on the challenge, anyone could have been on the top, and the distribution of the points between them was different as well. I kind of felt that in this first bracket, even though it was competitive in the challenges,
they try to be more alliance based.
Fair.
Let's just say fair.
Right? So I did like that. But at the same time, when we see the final result of the bracket, we can see that the alliances did not make that big impact.
No, and it was a pretty fair. I was pretty okay with the outcome. I mean, I would have liked perhaps maybe one queen I wouldn't have put in there, but I think Irene and Bosco really deserved to be there.
Yes, totally.
Aja, to me, she had a few issues with the runways, and
that's the thing, though. She's only there because of the point system.
Yes.
If it wasn't for the challenges, she was not going to be on the top 3. Now, Irene, damn, the girl came to show that she's here to win it.
That's how you come back. That's how you come back.
Exactly, because she was like, okay, I was the first one out. Perfect. It was a misstep. Because let's remember, she went out on the challenge because she tried to do something funny that did not work. And then she got destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but she lost the lip sync. Let's be honest. That. But then she has that inside of her. She's like, I was the first one out. I have something to prove.
Yes.
And then she comes back and she's like, this is what you lost in my season. This is why I shouldn't have let go home the first round.
I
Boom.
totally agree. I totally agree with that. I think she's already won in a way because this really like showcased what she is capable of doing. And to me, Bosco, I will say it outright. To me, Bosco is my favorite to take the crown. As you know,
Mhm.
in this channel, we do a lot of spoilers, so I will not say more than that. But to me, I would love Bosco to be the winner of this season because I feel she's the most polished out of everyone. Irene, I think she already won, maybe top four, I would say, but I don't know if she will be the winner. Ajab to me was the one that kind of just made it into
Yeah,
into
I
the
feel
bracket.
Aja is gonna be one of two things. Or she's gonna go to this last steps and being like, okay, daga, very like boom. I was holding myself, and then she's gonna do something like the drop from the box that she did on All Stars 3.
Hmm.
Or she's totally gonna flop because the other personalities that we're gonna talk about from the other brackets, I feel they are louder than Aja, if
Oh,
that's
way. Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
You know?
I totally way, way, way louder, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Well, that brings us to the second bracket, the pink bracket, which was the drag race drama that we love to watch. I feel this was the drama, this was the entertainment. I
Yes.
felt it kept the stakes quite high in the sense that they were being very strategic in how they were
Very
playing the
cut.
game. Very cutthroat too. So we got Mistress Isabelle Brooks, that was turns out to be the villain. Right now, she's half of the people love her, half of the people hate her, basically. But I think she gave us great TV. To me, Nicole Page Brooks, I enjoyed so much watching her. She's so funny. Maybe not like the outfits. I mean, some things were okay, but she was a lot of fun to watch. And to me, the big surprise was Tina Burner, actually. I had very, very low expectations about her, and she really, really, truly surprised me. Georgios also did a pretty good job, but she literally, like, she's been there in the past 3 years or 4 years, three times. So, I mean, at this point, she knows how to play this game, basically.
But what gave it the spice that we needed was the strategy behind the points.
Yes.
To me, Mistress was here on a mission. Maybe she's not gonna win, but she came sort of like a casting for, I don't know if you guys know, but there's another reality show called House of Villains. And
Yeah.
normally they always choose a villain from RuPaul's. And I feel she went with that in her head. Like,
To get
I
cast on another reality show
exactly,
after.
I need to show that I can give villainous
Hmm.
and I can give entertainment so I can keep getting this type of opportunities. And
Yeah.
she totally delivered, to be
Yeah,
honest.
she totally did. Just for those people curious out there in House of Villains, they just cast Plain Jane, and they had Candy Muse before. So I think Mistress would be a very strong candidate for that. I totally agree. She was, I mean, what she did with Georges to take the
The
points for
point.
herself, that's literally what made her move forward because he came down that close to that point.
Exactly. And that
So,
was very smart from
mhm.
her. I think she saw the people that were on her bracket and she was like, these are some first competitors. I need this first round that no one is gonna expect me to do something like this so I can have that legs up.
Yeah.
And it totally worked on her favor and in Georgia's favor. The difference here is Mistress, and I'm gonna say something very polemic right now. Mistress, I don't feel she is a production's favorite.
No.
So I don't feel Georges needed to do something shady with the points because regardless, she was gonna get points because she is a really, let's face it, Ru
She was
is
born to do drag, she told her, right? When she
exactly,
said
she
that,
was born
it's
to do drag.
yes.
So like she didn't need to do it, but then she was like, you know what? I'm gonna give TV drama as well. And we love that.
You know what? I truly feel that Georgia's. I think Mistress realized very quickly that the producers had a plan set in motion. She saw that Georgia's was being favored, so she's like, "Girl, like, help me out.
Make an alliance.
Help me make it through. So basically, I think that Mistress was very smart in the sense that she knew how to navigate an overproduced show, and I think that ended up helping her
Working in her
get
favor. Like
into the
she
next round.
came with a plan
Hmm.
and it worked for her.
Yeah.
Now, let's say kudos to where the kudos have to go. Colby was good,
Yeah, she
but
did good.
I feel the same with Tanner Burner. Like they were there, they were good, but they end up on a place where they had to be more like they enter, in my opinion, in the wrong bracket in the sense that they
Yes.
didn't wake up to the game
Hmm.
like the other three who were the top three were.
Yeah.
They were on a different page.
Hmm.
Nicole and Colby and Tina, they were like, okay, let's make this as fair as we can, and they
Hmm.
were not expecting the level of shadiness and gameplay. And I know
Yeah.
some people hate that, but let's face it, since All Stars 2 changed the rules, All Stars is not the same game as a normal season.
No, no, absolutely
Gave
not.
them the opportunity to do exactly what Mistress did. You know, I feel like as the community and people that watch All Stars, we were missing that on the last several All Star season. So it's
Hmm.
something new, it's something fresh. I know people hate it because they're like, "Oh, but this is a talent show. This is has to be fair." No, honey, life is
No,
not.
it's not. It's not. It's not fair at all. Like it's not. It's not the way it works. Now I have to say we haven't talked about Lydia. Lydia was also. She's like the new Georges in the sense that Rue loves her. They brought her in as a last minute resource. I don't know if you know that Maddie Morphosis was the one cast, and something
The last
happened,
moment.
and then the last moment Lydia came in. So I think that way the production kind of favor her. They were like, "Oh, you're helping us out. We'll help you out." And I think probably she was smart to say yes because she knew she would make it far. So I think Lydia, I like her. I think she's done. She played pretty well to be like the newbie in there. She knew she
Was
adapted.
smart.
In a way, I felt she was better prepared than queens that haven't been there for like 10 plus years, you know? So,
Because she was smart, and let's congratulate her because she had less time to prepare than the others because she was the last call. Like they were like, we need another one. Who can we call? Lydia. Let's go. And she's
yeah.
like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So
But also she had just played the game. So to
also,
her, it was fresh. It was like second nature almost, I feel, because if you leave a competition for a long time, you start to forget like how to play it. But she had it fresh, and I think that's why she did so well.
oh yeah, I totally I can agree with that to be honest.
Hmm.
Like she still had it fresh in her mind, being like, okay, I know the drill. I know how Rue is thinking lately. So let's like attack those places that I know that I can attack.
Yeah. All right. And before we get into the bracket number three, I just want to remind everyone that this episode is sponsored by Joy LGBT. Wear your bright shine with Joy LGBT. They actually sent me this jacket. Do you like it, Lucas? Isn't it
I
gorgeous?
love it.
Yeah, they did. They
Green
sent
is
me.
your
They have a
color.
lot of like leather stuff. They have a lot of really sexy outfits for all of the queens out there that want to wear something nice. I mean, it is June after all. So follow the link in the description if you want to check their merch. I highly recommend that. I'm really enjoying this jacket. So thank you, Joy LGBT. Okay, so let's go to the last bracket. It's like, they gave us these two great television brackets, and they knew this bracket was so bad. That's why they left it for last. The queens were the production was pretty messy in how obvious it was that they were favoring Ginger. And I do want to start by talking about Ginger because a lot of people have been throwing hate at her, but to be honest, she just showed up. I mean, the fact that the producers decided to favor her is not necessarily her fault, but even the way they've edited her, she comes across to me very arrogant. Like, it's like, oh, I'm just here for the crown. Give me the crown, which I think it was a big mistake because they're not even making us like her like we used to in other seasons. So to me, I feel like they're turning her into a villain. I don't know if on purpose, but that's how it feels to me.
To me, it feels like they needed an older queen to go far, because I don't know if this was the last one or the second one or whatever, but I feel that they had this sense of like, okay, we know that these older queens that we're bringing, like Phoenix and Nicole, they are probably not gonna go far. So we
Hmm.
need someone that gonna represent the old school. Even though
Hmm.
it's season 7, that's old school. We are like already on season 17, so
Yeah.
it is old school.
Yes.
And Ginger Minj is very talented. Like there was a interview that I saw Denali talking about this, and she's like, two things can be true at the same time. Ginger Minj is talented, and we cannot deny that she
I
is.
think so. I think this is the issue I have with this. They designed three challenges that were tailored for her. Country, she has a country album. This like doggy thing, the comedy challenge. So they help her. It's almost like you want to root for someone that is thriving through adversity. So
Exactly.
if you just literally set like a red carpet and let her walk with no obstacles, it's boring television. So you want to root for Ginger, so you want to make it difficult for her. But when
Exactly.
it's obvious that you're making it easy for her, even with that lip sync, like, come on, come on. I mean, literally, she walked 2 steps and did this, and RuPaul is cackling. Like, come on, I don't even think she was laughing in real. I think they throw some laughing tracks in there, but
Exactly.
it's just not like she doesn't. Denali, I think, was right. Ginger Minch doesn't need all of this help from the production because it makes us not root for her. So
Exactly.
all of these, the producers have actually, I feel, tarnished her image, the image we all had about her, because it doesn't feel like she's deserving of these things. So I
Exactly.
think I think it's not working very well for her.
No.
But we did have other queens in the brackets. I mean, Denali, to me, she was fantastic. I
Yes.
think it was a crime that she is not in the
In,
semifinals, quite
yeah,
frankly.
totally.
Cynthia, she's lovely, but I mean, we
The
all know
queen of
she's
that
not gonna
movie.
win. Yeah,
Yeah. O
yeah.
sea, like, it, she is a character. Like, she's cuckoo crazy. We know that. We love her for that. She's funny. Okay, but what else do you have for us? Okay,
Hmm.
you're cuckoo crazy. Perfect. What else? You
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Some queens, they like have this evolution when they come to All Stars. They are like known as the like comedy queen, and then they come and they are like, I'm not just a comedy queen. I am a visual queen. I
Mhm.
am a social media queen. I
Yeah.
am a talent queen, whatever. But there's nothing about that about her. We still
Yeah.
see her as the crazy cuckoo, and that's it.
And I mean, Acid Betty, she's shown growth. In my opinion, she really showed growth, and she understood better like what Drag Race is, and even in her looks, everything. I think she played the game really well. But I mean, I think they realized. I mean, you can tell that in this bracket, the queens realized by episode 2. Okay, after this lip sync, they were like, we
Over for
already
us.
know what's gonna happen. So let's just try to decide amongst ourselves which one of us is gonna make it through. And it seems like they went for Cynthia. Daya has shown growth. I think she's doing really well as well. She had some controversial moments here and there, but I mean, I think she's shown growth. So I'm not mad about her making it forward. But
Neither.
yeah, it was to me it was Denali. That spot was for Denali.
Exactly. Like, let's face it, Denali not being in the top three and in the semifinals, it's a crime.
Yeah,
She deserved it. She came to slay, and she did slay. The
yeah,
problem is that it was robbed. There's no other
100%,
explanation. Now,
100%.
Daya has shown that she has grown, but my issue here is that we have a lot of representation of season 14 for this season.
Hmm.
There's a lot of queens for season 14. So I'm like, oh, girl, we need to tone it down a little bit on the 14. We need other seasons to represent.
Yeah.
But now, the part of her being a villain, I agree, but she's a different kind of villain. She's a honest to the bone type of queen, and because her opinion it's so in the face, it's so like this is my opinion and I don't care what you say, she gets labeled as a villain.
Because Mistress does it in a way that it makes you almost root for her. It's like,
Exactly.
oh,
Laugh.
you enjoy it because she owns it. I think that's it. I think Mistress owns that she is like that. She says, "Yes, I am like that. This is how
I am a
I
shady
behave."
queen, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And Daya still tries to navigate a little bit into is my point of view. She doesn't embrace her dark side as
I
let's
can
just
see
say
that.
as
Yes.
much. So okay, now out of the 9 queens, you are right. So a third of the queens that made it into the semifinals are from season 14. So is season 14 versus the other ones basically, which is
Yeah.
a really high number. But who are you rooting for? I already told you I'm rooting for Bosco.
To be honest, I am rooting for the queens of bracket one because I feel they are the more well put together. You know, like they can actually win the challenges and get the points, not by the game of it all,
But by their
but
own talent.
exactly by their own talent. Bracket three, they I feel that they are tired, that they are like, okay, oh my God, we know who's gonna win, so whatever, I'm gonna do whatever,
Yeah.
right? And then we have the other six queens. They're like talent and shadiness. That's gonna explode in a way that is gonna be entertaining for us.
Will the queens have the power? Will RuPaul have the power and the
That's true.
production? So I think it's gonna come down to that because if you have the semifinalists, it does have to come to some degree to the talent. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in there. So, what do you think? Who is your favorite? Leave it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Drag Race Spotlight. We're trying to hit the 1,000 subscribers so we can be official partners of the YouTube Partner Program. So, please help us out if you enjoy Drag Race and you enjoy our conversations. We will keep bringing you some good gossip in Drag Race Spotlight podcast. So, Lucas, thank you so much for being here, and we hope to see you again soon to talk about the semifinals.
Obviously.
Obviously,
Totally. I
okay.
will come back.
And I have to say, we did not agree, like we didn't talk before, and we're both wearing green. So, green is not a color of any of the brackets. So that shows that we're neutral.
Our own bracket.
We're our own bracket. We just need one more. All right.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Lucas. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.